Hello everybody, I hope everybody's having a great day today. Today is another palette, should it stay or should it go? And today is my one and only Estee Lauder palette. And I need to be able to find a picture. I don't remember what it looked like. I only remember that it was a quad. I'm gonna have to see if I can put up a picture of what my palettes used to look like. So because I wanted to do this palette, I thought I would also use my bronzer and my highlighter. I don't have a blush, so I've got my Clinique, one of my Clinique pops. I only have two. And then I realized, well, hey, the double wear I have is just way too dark. Until I can get a white pigment, it's way too dark. And I don't think this one is my color either, but they don't seem to know what they're doing color-wise, not like the Chanel counters. Sorry, ladies. But I know that Shelby Wilson loves this double wear tint. What's it called? Double wear sheer long wear makeup. So it almost looks like my Mizon BB cream. Okay, she uses her hands. We know how I feel about using hands. Well, because it's a tint, the color's not too bad. It kind of blends in. It does feel nice. It feels like skincare. But I am going to put a little bit more around my nose and nasal labial folds, because I am a little bit more red. I don't like having these because I always use a rag, but today is an exception, which is why I always have a pack on hand. $1.25 from Dollarama. Oh my god. Like, yeah, so just dollar store. I don't use it on my face. I've got lots of oils and cleansers. Okay. So this will definitely be a good one for summer. I'm happy with that, actually. I'm pleasantly surprised because I've only used it once and I don't exactly remember what it was like. We went from hot to now pretty chilly, and I don't want to turn on the heat, but I've got a heated fan that I'm using. So I did not take out a high-end concealer because I want to finish this one. I want to finish it. Now here's a little tidbit for you. Because I was able to catch up on all of my video editing, I've not been able to edit anything because it's all on this memory card, and I want to put a few videos on this memory card. So I'm twiddling my thumbs. And I did 2 videos yesterday. And I'm hoping to do 2 today. I've got it all set up in my closet. So keep your fingers crossed for me. Alright, so right now I'm going to use my Goddess, yeah, which is a really nice bronzer. I've used it a fair few times, but it doesn't look like it. So it's a nice bronzer. I got it from the cosmetics company store, and I think I put a little too much on my brush. A little bit. I can't tell if it's orange or red that's the undertone of this one. If it's more red, I'm happy with that. If it's more orange, yeah. Might be a combination of both. So I need to do a video of summer look. Maybe a couple. Maybe a couple. Because I've got a couple of cheek pops and creams and liquids, lots of those. I also do have to do a video of going through my blushes because I have way too many blushes and I don't want to get rid of any, but I have way too many. 5 high-end bronzers, maybe 6 drugstore, and like 50 blushes. Yeah. Little too many blushes. Just a little bit too many. Okay, so speaking of blush, there we go. Take that out. I brought everything in a little container because it was just easier to keep it that way because I kept moving it around and around. And that's gonna go all back. And now look at how beautiful that is. Look at that. Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty. See, when I went and bought my makeup way back when from Estee Lauder, highlighter didn't exist. Or if it did, it wasn't the thing, because they never tried to sell me one. And when I was at the cosmetics company store when I bought these, the only blush they had was way too dark for me. You know, it's like you put it on 2 strands and it's like baby doll face. Okay, now I thought first that I would try one of my Clinique Chubby Sticks as my base and see if that would do anything. Haven't used these in a while. Honestly, I don't, this one I might have a hard time getting rid of. Not so much because of the color story. There's the fact that I only use it about once a year, but Estee Lauder has a place in my heart because that's what carried me through. Because I didn't know any better. I mean, it's not an exciting color story. It really isn't. So let's give you guys a little bit of a swatchy swatch. There we go. So there we go with my palette. Can we see this? There we go. That's even better. It's more of a summertime palette. It really is. Let's see if I can light colored one and see what happens if I set my eye. Okay, now I'm going to go for this one. This one. That one. I'm not going to use the peach today. Look at me using a dark color. When does that ever happen? Lately? Almost every time. Thanks, Annette. I do recommend going to her channel. The way she does her matte eyeshadows is what gave me the courage to do this. Even my looks that aren't that great, she still gave me the courage to do it. She really did. Okay, so I want to use this one. Yeah. It's gold coppery. Okay, that is done. I think I'm going to make this palette part of my museum. I think that's what's going to happen, because I only use it about once a year. Even as beautiful as this is, I have a lot of, I still have many palettes to go through. But it's Estee Lauder, and as I said, it's got a place in my heart that's not going anywhere. I was thinking of putting an eyeliner. I'm not going to do that, but what I am going to do is be right back. I put on some lip liner. I did my Essence, my regular nude lip liner. When I was on the Sephora website yesterday, I wanted to add some of the Sephora brand lip liners, because I know I've heard a lot of people, Jen Phelps included, say they're really good, but yes, you get 30% off, but I prefer to have something on sale and then 30% just like my Natasha Denona palette that's coming. It was half price and another 20% off. That's how I got my Love palette. And what's the other palette I have? Zendo. That's what I do. I'm gonna wear my Rouge Dior. So it's the only way to get expensive palettes, just like I did with all of my Pat McGrath, you know, half price plus. It would be nice if I had a discount code, but the palettes are $87, and I think I managed to get it. I did quick math, so it's like rounding off and rounding off and rounding off, so I'm thinking $35 for a Natasha Denona palette. I just wish they had had the Glam palette. I would have gotten those two and that would have been it. I won't tell you which palette I got. I'll let you see when it comes in. And now I have to go. I didn't get a whole lot. My budget was practically non-existent. So I think I got 4 things. But the main one I had to get was that palette, and I kept sitting on it and sitting on it, and it wasn't going out of stock. all the other palettes are gone and I didn't want a mini palette. So I guess I got lucky. It's a nice one, and now I have to go and watch a gazillion videos on how to do it, especially Angela Bright. So there we go. Another palette. Should it stay or should it go? It is going to my museum, but not being fully decluttered, just out of my collection, because it's Estee Lauder. Thank you everybody once again for coming to visit with me. Please leave me a comment, like my video, and subscribe to my channel. À bientôt.